I went out on a hike with the dogs, and I'm thinking about these dimensions. I've done videos before where I talk about the different dimensions, dimensions of time, dimensions of energy. Look at this that came out. I don't even know. It's like a black eye, but nothing happened. So I don't know. Yesterday it started. It was like, but it is. It's like a place. It's like a bruised place where or something. Yesterday it started really small up here, and now it's just so. And I'm thinking about this when you enter into this energy mode, which is the mode that I'm sitting in right now, where it feels like time is suspended. And every sound is heard. It's it's like being it's like shifting into a different um, filter or different like feelers of your experience. Let's say it's like when you it's like changing your focus from looking at the world from a place that feels more like up here to a place that is deeper in and under. So, if that makes sense, that's just how I feel it. And in this place, it's 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 like the language of energy. So when I sit in this place and when I meet people, now I know that the mastery, self mastery, is being able to also be in this space and also be in the other dimension, like having full control of my concept. But in this dimension where I'm sitting now, in the energy dimension, when I meet people, it feels like, look, there's this, I'm sitting right under this massive pillar where the whole mountain fell down all around it. So there's these massive boulders all down here, and that pillar stayed standing. Who knows when? But I'm sitting like on one of these massive boulders. Everything's so symbolic. That in this, just imagine the energy that this boulder, the like its cells have in its memory, that kind of energy, and I'm sitting on it. There's energy all around in this valley. This valley, it does something special to people. I know that also in my healing process, and I know that also in people from around me, that I can see and know, and that they have told me that that they have gone or have experienced different like miraculous shifts or moments or processes in this valley. I know that I have. I once met somebody at the entrance. He was a young man, and he was going through some kind of spiritual awakening. And he had come into something had drawn him here the day before, I think it was. And he had come in here and he had an astounding um, moment, like in one of those moments that changes the rest of your life. It's like a aha moment, or where you have like a sudden just epiphany, download. I've had a few of those. And I've had quite a few massive ones. I think one was I was completely, it was like, where you completely forget yourself. I was laying on the ground and I was like in a fetal position and I was yelling, believe, believe, it's real, it's real. And I felt like I had light running through me from top to bottom. It was all directional, all out of me. It was like light. It was like this river of light. It was like a full body orgasm, or not more than that. And I walked around, I think, for a couple months after that in euphoria. It felt like an enlightenment, and it was right as I was coming out of a really deep depression. And then I chose life. And I started going upwards and upwards. It was like a climb out of that hole. I knew I was already on my way out. I already felt better, but I was climbing. I some things like just happen like that, and some things are progress. Are things have potential to happen like that, like overnight, and a lot of other things, they're a shifting and they have to happen slowly, and it just depends on where you're at and what it is. I remember I quit smoking cigarettes a few times in my life. The first time I quit, I'm not counting the time like that I quit for a couple months. The first time I quit, like for 14 years. I quit. I gained a whole bunch of weight. I was holding. It was a climb. And then after 14 years, I started smoking again. I'm not getting into it. And then after maybe like 4 years, when I was going into that deep depression, I quit. And that time when I quit, it came to me like that. It's like I was disgusted with myself. I was mad at myself for smoking it. And I just threw the cigarettes down. And that was it. I quit on the spot. And from that moment, I didn't want a cigarette. I didn't want a cigarette. It was like people could be smoking right here next to me. There was nothing in me that wanted a cigarette. Not this way, not that way. Not holding it all. And that was cool. And that was like it was like something new in me that I realized was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that I had that in me. I did kind of know that I had that in me. That's how, like, also I knew that when I quit alcohol that I would be able to do it. I know that I have that switch in me that I can just switch and no more. That's it. Behind a wall. But it has to be a strong decision. And if it's not a strong decision, I won't make it just a half decision. Because I know half decisions are worthless. They don't last. There's a big hawk up there. It was really cool to see. I already learned I don't turn the camera around for birds. They move too fast. They're too small in film. It's still up there. It's like gliding. It's beautiful. So when I'm in this energy mode or this energy dimension, people also appear to me as energy. So when I meet somebody, I see their energy and read more of like their being, their like aura, or I can kind of see through. It's not even seeing through because I don't really even see a lot of times the outer. Like I can see it, but I see their play energetically, not always by listening to what they're saying. And sometimes with the energy reading, it takes a little while because you get kind of stuck. And a lot of times there's a lot of um, build up on top of the real self. There's a lot of masks that people wear that they don't even know that they're wearing. But when you see the energy that's underneath, and once you decipher through it, that means you don't get hooked up on what they're saying. Or what they're saying energetically, because even what they're saying energetically is there for a reason until they can purify themselves. And then you become the pure essence of who you are. But I think that that is one of my greatest gifts, is that I can see the essence. And that's one of the things that I enjoy doing the most. Okay. If I remember anything else, I'll just